You have been pushing past the ache again, answering one more message, taking one more task, reopening one more conversation that already left you drained. Telling yourself it is fine, you can handle it, you will rest later. Dear heart, later keeps moving, and your body has started speaking in ways your mouth will not. The tired eyes, the short temper, the tight chest, the numbness where delight used to be. Beloved, you have been calling this persistence. Some of it has been, but some of it has been fear wearing the face of responsibility. Fear that if you pause, everything will fall behind. Fear that if you say no, someone will be disappointed. Fear that if you stop, you might finally feel how exhausted you really are. Precious one, listen closely. When I tell you to stop, it is not because I want less from your life. It is because I want more life left in you. I do not interrupt to punish you. I interrupt to protect what is wearing thin. My child, you have confused constant availability with faithfulness. You have confused overextension with love. You have confused self-erasure with goodness. And because of that, you keep walking past the quiet warnings I have been placing inside your spirit. Loved one, those warnings are not your enemy. The heaviness after certain conversations, the resistance before certain obligations, the inner dullness that arrives when you keep saying yes to what is emptying you. These are not always signs of laziness or selfishness or weakness. Sometimes they are signals. Sometimes they are mercy. Sweet soul, there are seasons for effort. There are times to persevere, to finish, to stretch, to show up when feeling alone would rather hide. But there are also moments when continuing is no longer noble. It becomes harmful. It begins to cost you clarity, kindness, health, presence, and peace. That is why I speak firmly now. Dear heart, when I say enough, I am not taking something good from you. I am keeping something worse from taking too much of you. You do not always recognize the line when you cross it. You are practiced in overriding yourself. You have learned to keep going through tiredness, through resentment, through grief, through inner protest. You call it maturity. Sometimes it is survival. Beloved, I know why you became this way. Being useful made you feel secure. Being dependable made you feel needed. Being the strong one helped you avoid the discomfort of needing care yourself. So you kept going. You kept carrying. You kept fixing, helping, managing, smoothing, absorbing. And somewhere along the way you forgot that your own soul was not meant to live as an afterthought. Precious one, if I say stop, it may be because what you are carrying is not all yours. It may be because you are trying to rescue what another person must take responsibility for. It may be because you are feeding a pattern that only deepens your exhaustion. It may be because the thing you are chasing is no longer fruitful, only familiar. It may be because your body is nearing a limit your pride has not yet admitted. My dear one, there is wisdom in stopping before collapse. There is wisdom in pausing before bitterness. There is wisdom in stepping back before your own tenderness turns into resentment. Too often you wait until the damage is undeniable, until your energy is gone, until your heart is hardened, until your mind cannot focus, until your tears come from nowhere. Then you call it rest. But that is not rest. That is recovery from neglect. Dear one, I want better for you than that cycle. I want you to learn the holy strength of stopping early, of honoring the signal before the system crashes, of noticing when the work, the relationship, the task, the argument, the overthinking, the caretaking has crossed from necessary into harmful. This kind of stopping is not failure, it is discernment. Beloved, what makes this hard is that stopping often stirs guilt in you. You hear a voice that says you are disappointing people. Another says you are being dramatic. Another says if you cared enough you would keep going. Those voices have pushed you for years, but they have not made you whole. They have only made you less present to yourself. And when you are absent from yourself long enough, everything begins to feel dull, dutiful, and far away. Precious one, that dullness is not the life I want for you. I want your yes to be whole. I want your giving to be clean. I want your kindness to come from love, not compulsion. I want your rest to arrive before desperation. I want your service to have roots, not just frantic momentum. Sweet soul, there is a crossroads inside you right now. One direction says push through again. Ignore the warning. Do what you always do. The other direction says pause. Listen. Honor the limit. Tell the truth. The first one is familiar. The second one may feel terrifying. Because if you stop, you may have to face how unsustainable things have become. You may have to admit that some patterns need to change. You may have to disappoint the version of yourself who prides itself on never needing pause. Dear heart, that older version of you has carried a lot. Honor it. But do not keep following it into depletion. It knows how to survive. It does not always know how to live gently. Loved one, I do not only guide you by opening paths. Sometimes I guide you by closing your hand, by quieting your desire, by making your spirit resist what once felt easy, by allowing weariness to reveal what endless duty has hidden. That resistance in you may not be rebellion. It may be wisdom finally speaking loudly enough for you to hear. My child, hear this carefully. If I say stop, I am not asking you to abandon responsibility. I am asking you to return responsibility to its rightful shape. Your life cannot hold every burden. Your body cannot absorb every demand. Your heart cannot remain soft if it is never protected. Your mind cannot stay clear if it is always crowded. Stopping is sometimes how you preserve what matters most. Beloved, this may mean ending the conversation that keeps going nowhere. This may mean not answering tonight. This may mean declining the extra task. This may mean stepping back from a dynamic that survives on your overgiving. This may mean resting before you have earned it by worldly standards. This may mean refusing to rehearse the same fear for the 10th time before sleep. All of these can be acts of holy restraint. Precious one, I know you worry that if you stop you will lose momentum, opportunity, approval, or control. But there are things more costly than slowing down. Losing your peace, losing your clarity, losing your warmth, losing your sense of self, losing the ability to hear your own heart without noise. These losses are quieter, but they matter deeply. My dear one, you are allowed to protect your inner life. Not as an excuse to withdraw from love, not as a wall against all need, but as a way of keeping your soul from being consumed by everything that asks for it. The world will rarely tell you when enough has become too much. Some people will gladly take what you keep giving. Some systems will reward your exhaustion. Some patterns will praise your sacrifice while emptying you. That is why you need my voice to become more precious than the noise around you. Loved one, when I say stop, I am not rejecting your desire to help. I am purifying it. I am teaching you that love without boundaries often becomes harm, that service without rest becomes resentment, that compassion without truth becomes enablement, that loyalty without discernment becomes self-betrayal. This is deeper than productivity. It is about wholeness. Beloved, your soul is not a machine. It is more like a garden than a factory. It cannot be fruitful if trampled constantly. It cannot flourish without seasons. It cannot keep giving color if nothing is watered. It cannot stay tender if every hand is allowed to pull from it without care. A garden needs tending. A garden needs limits. A garden needs quiet. So do you. Dear heart, you may ask, how do I know when this is truly your stopping and not just my fear? Look for the texture. Fear-driven withdrawal shrinks in panic. Wise restraint makes room for clarity. Fear abandons. Wisdom pauses. Fear isolates to avoid life. Wisdom steps back to preserve life. One leaves you tangled in avoidance. The other, though difficult, brings a cleaner peace. That peace matters. Precious one, you have felt it before. The small relief after saying no to what was too much. The quiet steadiness after stepping away from an argument that only inflamed your spirit. The return of yourself after one true boundary. The softening in your chest when you finally rested instead of proving. Do not dismiss those moments. They are part of how I guide you. My child, I am teaching you that stopping can be sacred. Sacred because it honors the limits of your humanity. Sacred because it interrupts patterns that would consume you. Sacred because it restores your ability to act from love instead of compulsion. Sacred because it says, my life is not meant to be spent in endless self-abandonment. That is a truth you need to live by, not only admire from a distance. Beloved, you may grieve what stopping reveals. That a relationship depends too much on your over-functioning. That a role has become unsustainable. That your body needs more care than you wanted to admit. That your pace has not been kindness but pressure. That your idea of usefulness has left little room for being. That grief is real. Do not run from it. It is part of becoming honest. Dear one, you do not have to solve every structure tonight. You do not need a grand plan for the next 10 years. Sometimes the first act of obedience is simply this. Stop the thing I have told you is draining life from you. Stop for this evening. Stop for this conversation. Stop for this pattern. Stop for this season. One clear pause can reveal more than another month of numb momentum. Loved one, I am not measuring you by how much you can endure. I am looking at whether your heart is still teachable, whether your life is still aligned with truth, whether your pace still allows room for tenderness, wisdom, and joy. If not, then stopping is not weakness. It is a return. Sweet soul, rest from the belief that everything worthy must cost you all your strength. Some good things do ask for effort. Yes, but the life I desire for you does not require constant inner violation. It does not ask you to ignore every warning, silence every limit, or glorify your depletion. That is not holiness. That is harm-wearing noble language. Dear heart, hear the kindness inside my firmness. When I say stop, I am placing a boundary around what is precious. I am defending the life in you. I am refusing to let the old pattern keep spending you without question. I am protecting your clarity, your body, your joy, your capacity to love without losing yourself. That is care. Precious one, tonight may simply be for honoring the pause. No more justifying what has clearly crossed the line. No more convincing yourself that depletion is devotion. No more treating your weariness as something to conquer instead of something to hear. Be still now. The world can wait longer than fear says. Beloved, lay down the extra conversation, the extra task, the extra proving, the extra fixing, the extra internal rehearsing. Not forever perhaps, but for now, for this moment, for this tired soul that needs to remember what it feels like to be guided instead of driven. And as the room grows quieter, as the pressure eases by degrees, stay here with me. You do not have to earn this pause. You only have to honor it. I remain close, watching over what is tender in you, until stillness returns and your heart remembers that stopping too can be holy. Amen. Beloved family, these messages are created with prayer, care, and sincere dedication. We continue this mission with faith each day. If you feel led to support this ministry, you can find the support link in the description and in the comment box below. May God bless your life with peace and strength.